Hey guys, Steve here who took my dice miniature wargaming. So I thought I'd do an impromptu sort of late night video here. Had a bunch of things I kind of wanted to talk about, and just some things that popped up recently that kind of boggled my mind and brought up some questions I thought I'd chat about. See if anybody wants to chat about them as well. So first off, a little hobby update. I actually got some painting done. It's amazing. I actually got this happy little guy here done. Very first Primaris Marine. I picked up that magazine. What is it? I can't what it's called. It's basically getting started with the latest edition of Warhammer 40,000. And it came with a free Intercessor Marine. Not being too fond of just having a single Intercessor Marine, I played around with him, gave him a head from the Ultramarine sprue, the upgrade sprue, and I chopped off the magazine there, and standard sort of bolter magazine. I put on a magazine from a Terminator, a Storm Bolter, and yeah, so my first sort of Primaris Lieutenant. Pretty happy with him. I was excited to get something new done. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, something that's a bit weird, and at the same time, it's something I've seen before. Games Workshop put out on their community webpage that they're doing these Warhammer Adventure books. There's two of them, one for Age of Sigmar, one for Warhammer 40,000, obviously. I think the fantasy one's City of Lifestone, and the 40K one is Attack of the Necrons, or something like that. The characters are all younger in age. They're sort of, I guess these characters are trying to survive in these crazy worlds where there's, superhumans fighting monsters and demons and all that. And there was a resoundingly negative response to these things going on, these books coming out. A lot of people saying, a wide range of things. Like it's going to dilute Warhammer 40,000. It's giving into these younger kids. It's not as grim dark or as dark fantasy. But again, this is nothing new. I've seen this many times over the years. Whether it's I've actually been in Games Workshop store working, or as a hobbyist, or even the independent stockist. A lot of the time, it's usually a small minority, a group of veterans, if you will, the old gits, and it's been around as long as tabletop gaming's been around. There's always been these guys going, "Oh, these new kids are going to mess everything up. They ask all these questions. They're just so annoying." At the end of the day, but that was weird. A little retraction there. But personally, for me, I think these things are these books are a great way to introduce new blood, new fans, and it's reaching them on their level. I know there's some adults that have trouble trying to get through those larger books, let alone something in an omnibus. Those Horus Heresy novels book. Why is my connection so unstable? That's really weird. Sorry, guys, my connection keeps saying it's unstable, but it looks pretty fine to me. Anyways, where was it? Yeah, so I think these books are a great way for people to get introduced, this younger crowd to get introduced to the Games Workshop, worlds. So I don't know why it's so resoundingly negative. Obviously, it's a minority. But they're, again, local minority, so I'm not sure why they're doing it. It's something that's always been around, though. It's sort of one of those unfortunate side effects of the hobby. There's always going to be people who poo-poo on everything, right? That being said, I think I'm definitely going to maybe pick one up for my son. He's 8 years old. I think it'd be perfect. It's not too grim-dark. I'm assuming they're going to avoid, the words like entrails being spilt across the floor, blood dripping. They're going to make it a bit more toned down, a bit more exploding due to bolt shells or axes being lots of fun stuff. The stuff we love, maybe not be appropriate for the younger crowd, right? So, I'm gonna probably pick one up for my son. Probably the Attack of the Necron. I like the 40K stuff. He likes the sci-fi stuff too. The other thing I want to mention, because it's brought up some not so fond memories of some of the games I've had, is that London Grand Tournament. I think the GT there. I think it was London. Yeah, mistakes were made in this final battle, which is normal. These two individuals have been battling all day. They just finished a game beforehand. They jumped this. On review, though, one of these two cheated. Everything ranging from where you kind of try and surreptitiously, subtly move a model forward, to try and get some, that extra distance a little bit closer, weird pre-measuring, rules misrepresentation, and they said that he'd done the same thing in all the games. So it's not a good thing. It's definitely not a good thing to see someone cheat that much and think they're going to get away with it. Obviously, you're not, especially since the last one. I said televised, but it was on Warhammer TV, and everybody saw this thing. So obviously, this guy got caught. And I said there were mistakes because, you play games long enough. You're playing a tournament. I played in a few of them. You get tired at the end of the day. You start making mistakes. I mean, the battle report I did for this channel a year ago, there were tons of mistakes because I hadn't played in a while and things got missed. And Mythos from Frost and Fists said, I think I said at the end, I thought I won, and he said, I think you might have messed that up a bit, and he was right. I did. It was a draw in the end of that game because I hadn't played in a while. So mistakes happen. This went beyond that, though. This was someone going other way to try and win no matter what. I say this brings up memories because I have a few anecdotal things from my past. And the reason why I bring this up mainly is because it's trying to understand why someone would do this. And first off, not to try and build sympathy for this person. They cheated. They got caught. They've been banned from all the other tournaments, period. And that's rightfully so. They committed the crime. Now they got to do the time. Why did people cheat? Why did this guy decide that when he went into this tournament, he was going to cheat? And obviously, it was from game 1 to, I think, this the last game. 6 games, I think, was altogether. I'm not 100% sure. But why? Was he not confident in his list building? Was he not confident in his army? Was he not... are we waiting? Here we go. Oh, I see people. There we go. But we would play. There was a friend of mine, and this other guy was there with us. He was a good friend of my other friend, and he would cheat almost not. But yeah, so lots of cool different things like that. But basically, he was constantly cheating. Now there was a reason for this. He had a ton of confidence issues, of self-worth issues. Basically, he felt like he had to win in order to legitimize himself. I know it sounds weird. There's a whole psychological side, the why people that do what they do in the cheating, which is really cool. But he and there's other people. When I was working in Games Workshop, people would I was playing a game against a guy, and it was my Marines versus his Grey Knights, and I noticed that his Grey Knights just kept seeming to have, which kind of bothered me. It was a little bit weird. But oh, geez, what's going on here? But in the end, I'm not sure why he did it. We also had people during tournaments who were supposed to come up to sort of take on all comers, and they were list writing while they got there at the table. The opponent already set up his army. Eventually, some of these people can't be in these tournaments anymore because no one's hopped on. Okay, I kind of said what I need to say. So I will see you guys later on. Hopefully I'll get to do this again sometime soon. It was impromptu. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know, comments, email me, whatever. If you disagree or agree, if you have your own thoughts on why there's such a negative response to these Warhammer Adventures, why people cheat. Again, it's not to sort of sympathy for why they do it, but to understand. That way you can try and combat it and change it, make things better for everybody that way. But as normal, guys, keep rolling those dice. I'll see you later for these guys because I love these intercessors. And I will see you later. We'll see you guys. Bye.